Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Flower Friday. Earlier in the week I had showed you some cards that I had made, and I had used this flower that I had created on it, and I had asked if anybody wanted to see how to create this, and several people had said yes, they would like to know. Excuse me. So I'm going to show you how you can create this really pretty embellishment with silk flowers, basically. These are just flowers from the floral department. These ones in particular came from Goodwill. Every time I go to a thrift store, I always check and see if they have any of these flowers, because you can pick them up for really cheap and they make wonderful embellishments for your projects. So what you're going to need for this project is just a small circle. This is about 1.25 inches, just a scallop circle. It doesn't have to be a scallop circle. It can be whatever. It doesn't matter. It can be a square. It doesn't really matter. And then I have two of these flowers that I just popped off the stem. They just pop right off. And I'm going to show you how you can disassemble these. All you do is just grab a hold to your of the flower and then just pop this bottom piece off. Okay, all this is holding your flower onto this little stem here they have. And then you just take the petals off, and then every once in a while you're going to come across one of these. This is just another part of the assembly that makes the flower fluff up. And you can save these if you want and use them for your creations as well. It's up to you. So I just throw mine away. I never use them anyway. And then you just pull out this little stem piece here, and you've got 4 petals. Sometimes there's more than 4, sometimes there's less, but in this particular instance we get 4. Now I need 8 to make this flower, so I have to go ahead and do 2 of them. So I'm just going to disassemble another one. I'm just trying to make sure that my camera keeps working here, because my computer is just kind of loading up. And I started my camera before it was all ready to go, so hopefully it's still going. Okay, so I've just disassembled everything, pulled out all of the little pieces. Now, if you are going to color your flower, now's the time to do it. And I'm going to go ahead and color mine. And of course, I'm going to use Lindy Stamp Gang, and this is in the Breakfast Color Blue, and I've already kind of given it a good shake. Now, since this kind of stuff is expensive and it's not my homemade mixture, what I do is I spray the flour, and then I kind of make sure I get it all up, and then I come back and I spray it with my clear, because that will reactivate anything that's on my mat. And if I have any that didn't get colored on my flower, I'll go ahead and press it down into it, and that kind of just saves on my Lindy Stamp Gang or Glimmer Mist or whatever else you have. So let's go ahead and get that started. Okay, let's go ahead and just spray this, and this is just a nice light color blue. Okay, now I've got that kind of coated, and then I'm just going to give it a hit with my just clear spray, and this is just, I like mine super glimmery, so that will make it really, really glimmery. And then I'm going to take my next flower, and I'm just going to kind of tap that down in there. So out of those just few sprays, I've gotten a couple of colors. So, you know, I'll just get as many as I can, or a couple of petals colored, and I'll just get as many as I can. And, you know, I'm not worried about my hands. If you guys don't like the color on your hands, I understand that. So, you know, wear a glove or don't do this. Okay. And then I'm just going to do them all, and then I'll come back and dry them. So I'm just kind of patting them on, getting the color on there. And the little variations in color that you get from each one by doing this is okay, because it's just going to look like a natural flower. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, that's way too messy. I understand. It is messy. But it also saves a little bit of money. And, you know, that's good. More money you can spend on supplies if you save on them, right? And I like to try and pick up all that glimmer. It's funny how in person this color, this blue color, almost looks purple. But it really is, I mean, you can see the purple on the board on this mat. But it really comes out purple, or it really comes out blue. The purple must be the undertone in this one. Okay. And I think I'm just going to hit that one with just a little bit more color. Okay, so now I've got all of them colored. Let me get a napkin for my hands. And something to clean off my mat. And then I'm going to go ahead and dry these real quick. And I'm just going to fast forward through my drying here. Got everything all dried and my workspace cleaned up pretty good. Now you will need hot glue for this or some type of very quick drying glue because you're not going to want to, you don't want your petals to move. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your petal, and this is very, very similar to the t-shirt flower that I did, the way that we're going to fold these. Okay, so you're going to fold it in half, okay, and you want to make sure that your petals are not aligned. Okay, if they were aligned, they'd look like this, and you can see the spaces between. So you don't want them like that. You want them to be offset so you can't see the spaces. Okay, so you folded it in half. Now I'm going to put just a little bit of, oh, my glue gun's got a little glue thingy on it. I'm going to put just a little bit of hot glue there, and I'm just going to fold this over so now it's folded into fourths. Okay, so you've gotten this little triangle piece of flower here. I'm going to go ahead and do that for all of these, and then I'll come right back and show you how to assemble the flower. Okay, now we've got all 8 of our petals assembled. So what we're going to do is we're going to start layering them on our backing. Now, I'm going to take my first one, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back end, and I'm just going to find the center of my circle or approximate, and I'm going to lay that down, okay? So it's really simple. You just glue the back and then lay it down. And then we'll do another one. And I like to make sure that my glued sides here are all facing the same way. Okay, so this one has it going this way. So we're right here. And I only like to do this because it just seems to lay a little bit better. Some people don't bother with it. And it's just another step that you have to do unless you don't care. And if you don't care, then it's fine. It doesn't really affect the look. Just for personal preference, I just kind of like to go the same way. Okay, and then you just keep laying these down until you've got one full layer. Okay, so, and that'll take 4 petals. So we'll go ahead and we'll put that one in here, and they'll all line up nicely in the center like that. Now, you can stop here if you don't want a nice, you know, a really poofy flower and you like this, and you need something that's a little bit flatter. By all means, stop here and put your center in the middle, and you can call it done. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and go one more layer. So let's go ahead and start this one. And now what you're going to do with this is you're going to put it right on the seam, basically. You're going to start this one right on the seam and just place it right there. And so you're just offsetting the petals again. Okay. And you just go all the way around and do the same thing. And then you fit this one right back in the center here. Okay, so now we've got our completed flower except for the center. You can use anything you want for the center. On this particular one, I've used an actual paper rose, and I think that that looks really, really pretty on the inside there. But for this one, I'm going to use one of the resin flower centers that my friend Fran sent me, and she makes these, and they always come out so nice, and I really like the detail that's on them. They're so pretty. So I'm going to link below to her YouTube channel so you guys can see. She shows you exactly how to make these and what products you need and all of that. So if you're interested in learning how to make these, she has several tutorial videos on how she does it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this in the center and make sure that it fits, and it does. And then I'm just going to give this a nice healthy dose of hot glue on the back. And then I'm going to push it down, and I'm going to hold it down for a few seconds so that glue has a chance to seep through the several layers of flowers there so that it gets a really nice hold and you won't have to worry about it popping off. These flowers are so, so pretty, and they can be used for anything. You can use them on your projects. You can put them in your hair, anything. And I'll show you real quick what I do with these for my daughter because she wears these types of flowers all the time in her hair. Let me grab a pen. Okay, what you're going to need if you want to put this on a bobby pin is you're going to need these large bobby pins. They're just, well, it's just a normal size bobby pin, but it has this large circle here so that you can really put the adhesive on there to grab onto the flower. And they sell these in two sizes. They sell them in this size, and then they also sell them in this size. This size is too small for this large of a flower. Okay, it just won't hold it, and your whole clip will just fall apart. Basically, the flower will pop right off. So what you need is you need one of these big ones. Okay, so these are available at Hobby Lobby. You get a lot in a pack for very little money because these go on sale for 50% off all the time. So let me just show you what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to really load this up with glue. Okay, give it a nice dollop. You can see how it's over the top of it. And then I'm just going to kind of let it filter out so it flattens out a little bit. And then I'm going to just push it down onto my paper. And I'm going to let it expand because I want that glue to come out behind this bobby pin. And let me just show you. Okay, that's going to really adhere this bobby pin to that paper and hold your flower. I found another glue that works as well. And this one won't react to temperature like hot glue does. If it's very cold outside, hot glue tends to crack and your designs can just pop right apart. It'll just fall right apart. But this craft goop, this is called Amazing Goop, and it's craft adhesive. It's contact adhesive. It dries fairly quickly, and it's made by the makers of E6000. And this really does work very well. And I've used it on several barrettes that I've sold and several barrettes that I've given to my daughter to use. I've had very good luck with it. So if you're looking for something, they sell this at Hobby Lobby. I think it was like $4.97. The only complaint I have about this glue is that it just really, like, you open it up and it starts coming out, like, you know, so you have to keep the lid on it. And you can't, you know, say you're working on several things at one time and you kind of like to leave your glue open. You can't do that because the glue will just keep coming out of it. So that's just something to keep in mind. So you just let this set until this glue hardens, and it's hard now, and this will stay. So you won't have any problem with it. And I just really love how this turned out. It's so pretty. So if you're interested in making these and you want to do it for really inexpensive, check out your thrift stores, look for these silk flowers, pick them up, and then you can make these gorgeous hair accessories, pins, brooches, whatever you want them to be, they can be. This would look really pretty as like the focal point on a statement necklace. So, you know, there's lots of things that you could do with these, and they make great gifts. So if you're looking for something else, maybe you need some stocking stuffers or something like that for any of the girls in your life. And trust me when I say that older girls like these too, because I'm 37 and I wear these every once in a while as well. So you know, just keep that in mind. These are good for everything, and they look really nice clipped to a purse or a bag as well. So here we go. This is what we got for the day. I did want to say that there will be no Flower Friday next week. It's the Friday before Christmas, and I know that I'll be really busy trying to get everything completed, probably have some last minute shopping to do, and I know that you guys will too. All right, everybody, have a very happy Friday and a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.